Hello, it is Lord Haywire. I'm playing. I'm cur- I gotta fuck up my intro every time, right? I am streaming some. That's what I used to say, back in the day. That was a long time ago. Uh, on my other channel, I didn't like to say that I was streaming, and then it dawned on me that I needed to say I was streaming. Otherwise, people didn't know that there was like I just wanted to make sure that people knew that I was streaming. That was like years ago. Anyways, I am creating a 2D 4X video game with Godot, and this is my project here. And we're gonna work on today's skill data check. I think my music's too loud. I think I gotta turn down my music that you guys can't hear uh, because I can't hear myself talking. There we go. So we're gonna work on skill data.check today. There is a new version of Godot, but I don't want to go to it. I want to be on the stable version, even though it does have some issues. I do still need to open that an issue with about the .Godot, and there seems to be someone else said like, how do you troubleshoot this problem? No one responded to him. Poor guy. I'm in the same boat. I feel empathy towards the problems that he's encountering. I updated my little chat program and it didn't act the same way. So it thinks. What if I refresh this? Nothing. Auto find and activate. It used to do a different thing. Now it's well. Let's just see. We'll just do a test over here. What's up, everyone? I noticed that if I do a test over here, it seems like, okay, it works. It seems like I get less chat over there. Less, I don't know. It could be whatever. Survivors. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. All right, here we go. Something. So we got to find this skill check. I think it's under the skill data actually, which is right here, and we have this check. So what we need to do here is we need to be on the right thing so I can look at this again. So what we have is we want to add in additional bonuses to be able to be added in here. We want to add in a attribute bonus to the skill check for the recruiter's leadership skill that is equal to the recruitee's loyalty adjusted attribute bonus as if it was an attribute. So what we're talking about here is something. Let's find where we're talking about this. I think it's under county. Man, my memory. County. It's gonna be at the start of day. It was at the or end of day. I need to put OBS back up. Start to check for recruitment. So this is what we're doing. So your heroes can recruit guys. So if we look over here, they're gonna recruit them here where it says all this test subordinate. When you adjust this, and what we need it to do is check for recruitment. And so for each hero in the county, it's going to go, if they have less than the number of subordinates, it's going to update their activity to recruit. I remember I had some thoughts about that and how it worked, but whatever. And then we're going to hire subordinates. Hire? We're going to hire subordinate. Recruit. They're not getting hired because they're not getting paid. Is it recruit subordinates? So this is going to go through the child where we're getting the county that they're in, that this population data in, which is the hero. We're getting the county data from that. Filter out those with, oh yeah, this was that crazy sorting thing, which I'm starting to get more familiar with that and how it works. Then we're going to have the recruitee, which is we're pulling the top one of this list, is the eligible subordinate, is this recruitee. Here needs to do our loyalty roll with a tribute bonus to, so this is the part that we're at. And so the problem that we ran into was that we can't do this recruitee's loyalty bonus. So what we want to do is have the more loyal someone is, the more likely they are to join the hero's army. We're going to call it an army right now. So we have this skill check in here, which I was going to rewrite this whole thing, and then I decided that I'll just leave it like this because we're using it how it is, basically. So we need to put in an additional bonus here. So this negative bonus is used for something. So we're not going to adjust that. What we need to do is, so this is like the hero. What do I write? Did I write down what these things are? This is with a attribute bonus already added. Since an attribute bonus is checked in this method, we're passing in an attribute, and if the bonus, okay. So we need to pass in. So this is the person being checked. This is the skill amount that's being checked. So we're passing in a skill, and then this is the attribute for the attribute bonus. And then we have, we'll do another one that's an int, additional bonus. So then we can have an additional bonus in here. An additional, good God, additional bonus can be added. But there was something I noticed before I got rolling here. Add a bonus to the leadership skill if a person has a leader perk. So we also need a bonus roll that applies to that's also added in here for perk bonus. So that's going to be a whole other thing, like a method that we need to put in here. We also need to add any perk bonuses. You know, I was watching Bumblebite. He comes in the chat sometime. I was watching him stream, and he was putting in, and I thought this was a good idea. He was putting in like to do right there. And I was like, why haven't I been doing that? Because there is some stuff I just like throw a note in and I'll never see it again. But if you put to do, I thought that was one of the things I've noticed is that if I watch other C# streamers, I have all these questions. I don't want to blast them with questions. Like I have 1,000 questions, you know, and I don't want to blast them with all these questions because it's not their responsibility to teach me how to fucking do C#, you know. So, but I do have all these questions for him, and so I try to just like watch and be like, what's that? And then like Google it, you know, or well, that's a good idea, you know, and try to remember things because they do things a lot differently than me because I am whatever, not very good at this. So let's think about this perk bonus thing. So how are we gonna get this? We could generate this every time. I'm always worried about performance, but I don't think it really matters. I don't know why the camera controls is open. I don't think we need the clock open either, or research. Just some of these we are going to need. Population generation, yep. No, maybe. So let's think about this. If we go to our population data, we have this loyalty adjusted. We have the perks. Let's look at perks. Perks are just a dictionary of the perk, enum, and then a perk data. And there's going to be a lot of different perks eventually. So we need to probably have some sort of perk bonus generator. Let's look at this perk data. And you know, it's funny because we actually I've learned something new from watching them. If you click this and you get this thing, so you can control, so you can also right click on this and go to definition. I saw somebody doing this and I never use that. I control click to it, but I've always said that I hate when it does this because I feel like I'm shit out of luck so you know, when you normally click on something like here, it brings you to the definition, right? But when you click on something like this, it brings up this panel. And I've always said, like, every time it does this, I'm like, fuck, I hate when it does that. But the thing is, I think what you're supposed to do is just click right there. I just didn't know what I was doing. And then you can just close that thing. So we have this perk data, which is very, very limited at this point. And I think what we need to add to this is like an attribute or like something that is affect, like what does it affect? And then we can have a method that goes through the person's the dictionary and applies those bonuses. So basically, the perk are going to apply a variety of different bonuses, and we need to start like thinking about that now because we finally are to the point where we need to use that. And so one of the perks is called Leader of People, and I just thought of another thing we could do. So we only have 2 perks in the game right now, and we can actually look at them over here. Well, I turned off because it was throwing off this little chart, so I turned it off. But there's one of these perks is unhelpful, and so if we look right here, this person has no perks, but this person will have Leader of People. Your leader always starts out with that. We can just click through a bunch of people looking until we find unhelpful. Oh, there's person. So that person has unhelpful. I was just thinking we could also apply a negative to their skill, to their work skill, when they're unhelpful. So they won't work, but if you somehow got them to work, we won't do that right now. But that could be something we could do in the future. Instead of having them not work at all, they could have, currently if they have the unhelpful thing, they don't do any work. But if somehow you got them to work, we can have a negative bonus applied. So let's pretend that we are going to have negative bonuses, like a negative bad perks. Selfish or something would be a perk. So we got to put that as well. So the first thing I think we need to have is what this perk, does it affect a skill? Does it give you a skill bonus? What were we working on here? Is this a tribute bonus? We want to add a tribute bonus to the skill check of their leadership skill. So this would be a bonus to their leadership skill. But we don't, so when we go back to this check of, I suddenly have this weird, when I look over here, make sure everything's operating correctly. It looks like it is. I just have this feeling like nothing's working. So let's go back to our skill check, which is, let's pin this because we're going to be using this a bunch right now. And then I guess we'll pin this too. So skill data. So we're passing in this skill amount ahead of time. So with this, we're passing in this population data. Why are we passing in a population data? Because we're applying our attribute bonus here. So what I was saying is somebody came into my Discord and was like, he was talking about it slightly differently, but this same thing of having skill checks and stuff, do you just pile up all of these bonuses? It seems weird. It seems like there's a better way to do, instead of having a skill check that has, you add the perks, you add the thing, you gotta go through this list of shit that they're getting. I don't like how this skill check works. Maybe I should rewrite this and have additional skill checks. So this check has the bonus already applied. So but then we're passing in this skill amount. I feel like we should be passing in the skill. Wonder why we're doing it that way. Why aren't we passing in the skill? Because the reason, okay, I'm going to put notes in here. The reason why we aren't passing in the actual skill is because I remember in English class when I was a kid, you weren't supposed to say is because. In the actual skill is because sometimes we are testing just some random 1 through 100 number. That's why we're not passing in the actual skill. Okay, so we have the population data who we're getting the attributes from. Is that the only reason we're doing that? It looks like the only reason why we're passing this in is to get the tribute bonus. Okay, so we could do this differently. So we could do this. I'm going to break some shit here. And this is returning a bool. All right. So we're going to get rid of the, this is going to be the skill amount, attribute, bonus. Do we need the attribute after that? We don't need the attribute. So we're going to pass in a bunch of bonuses here. This is going to go away. We don't need this anymore. What is this doing? This is passing in our tribute bonus. And then is the negative bonus. So the negative bonus is if something, some skills, where are we using this negative bonus? So the negative bonus is actually in that attribute thing, which I just got rid of. Let's copy this attribute thing back actually. And let's cut this and let's stick it, I don't know, right here temporarily. I just want to be able to look at it. Because I think we're going to do all of these bonuses differently. Then we can get rid of this. We can get rid of this. Rolling a 1 is always a success. Okay. Do I see that somewhere? Skill amount, tribute bonus, additional bonus. Make sure the skill level with the tribute bonus is not below 1. Is this right? Yes, it's going to take the max. Okay. So it's going to get 1 if this is the negative number. So that's going to be 1. And then if this is final, if skill check roll is less than or equal to final. So where's my roll? Okay, so I roll between 1 and 100. So you roll a 1, less than or equal. 1 is always a success. All right, that's how it works. Okay. So because you got to get below this number. But what we need to add in here is plus additional bonus. And then I think we're going to need plus perk. See, this is what I'm talking about. Perk bonus. So then we have another one up here where it's just like a weird, it's like D&D. We're just adding all these bonuses together. All right, so then how could it ever get below 1 is that if you have a bunch of negative in these bonuses, a bunch of negatives, like the perk bonus or whatever. So then let's go, what is this? Why are we getting, oh, we're back to here. All right, so then we're gonna put in public string, no, public int perk bonus. Now, what do we apply that bonus to? So we got to have, so we're going to apply that to, let's look at our enums here. Either this or a skill. It's either applies a bonus to your skills or to your attributes. So we have all, so there's no none in skills. That's what I was looking for, was if there was a none in skills. There is no none in skills, and attributes, I don't believe there's a none either, and I think adding a none will cause actual chaos. So we're not going to do that either. So let's go back to here, and now my music's too low. So we got to write one out. That's the problem, is we got to write one out. So we don't need this population data. So this is generate scavenger resource with skill check. So generate scavenged resource with skill check. So we don't need this anymore. So let's go back actually and look at this, because I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Well, I guess I don't have to. What am I thinking here? I can just hover. What? I need, where are we? Banker. We can just hover over this. So we need the skill amount, which is our skill level, comma. Oh, we have a comma down there. Then we need our attribute bonus, which is right here. Let's move this up. Do they get a perk bonus? They do, but how do we get that perk bonus? So we need to put in here, there's a comma right there. I usually put this comma down here. Perk bonus, and then they need, no, additional bonus. We need additional bonus, and then perk bonus, and then this thing is, this negative bonus I think should be gone now, because what we'll do is we'll calculate that with these additional bonuses and stuff. And so this should go away. Let's double check. No, I still have this at the end. We'll leave that there for a second. Wait, does that even do anything? The negative bonus isn't in here anywhere. So we'll get rid of this. I think we can do this better. I think this is better. Yeah, I gotta turn my music up. I got a new shower thing. It's the same issue that I'm having right now. New shower, whatever. Faucet? No. Control, what is this thing called that you turn? Anyways, when you turn it, there's like, you can't get, there's like, it clicks in or something at the highest, so you can get it like almost warm enough, and then if you turn it a little bit more, it turns too hot, and there's no in between. You can't get it in between. You can't move it that small enough increment to get it in between, and that's the problem I'm having with this music too. I can't get it this small enough increment. All right, so back to this thing. So this is, we're putting in the skill level. We're passing in an attribute, but what we need to actually do is get that attribute bonus. Where was that thing? So if we go back to here, this is attribute data, okay? So we're gonna do the, well, actually we should just copy this. We're going to, this thing is gonna be passed in here, right here. Let's actually just make this like a list so it's easier to read. And we're gonna want scavenge in here though. So this is, we're gonna go attributes all enums dot scavenge skills, no, attributes, wait, population attributes, this is our attribute bonus. What is the, okay, so we need to do it this way. Skills dot attribute, apply attribute bonuses. We want, like, we know what this, what it is, but we want it to pull from the actual skill. All, wait, no, all enums skills scavenge, because it might change in the future. So this is where we'll get the skill here, or whatever this is, attribute. So in the scavenge skill, it says what attribute is linked to that, and the reason why we can look it up, you know, we can look and see what that is if we wanted to, and we could put in skill scavenge. It might not be right. I messed. Scavenge. So the skill is awareness, or the attribute is awareness, I mean. So we could just put awareness in here, but the problem with that is, let's say I change my mind and I want to put a different attribute for that. We would have to manually go into the code and change it. So we don't want to do that. What else are we putting in here? Attribute? Oh, bonus is ones or bools. Or sorry, ones, or is it a negative bonus too? So that was that bool we were passing. Is this a negative bonus? So we don't need that in the other part. So this, the bool, this is a bool is at ones. Return an int if this is for a skill check. This is going to be false. It's a tens. And what that means is if we go to our attribute data here, it can be either a bonus of +5 or a bonus of 1, and so this subtracts it. If ones is true, it divides it by 5. And then, what the fuck is this? We don't know. We're making a number negative there is what we're doing. There, I just figured out what my note said. Attribute data. We'll pin this too. We are making a number negative. We are making the number negative if the past in bool is true. The past in bool negative is true. Looks like I'm putting periods at the end of this stuff. All right, so back to what we're doing here. So we're gonna get this. We're getting the. Is this right? Yeah, we have the skill data. So that's gonna be the skill level, which we're getting right here. You know, we can make this prettier. Let's make this prettier just because this is kind of confusing. Attribute bonus equals this thing. This. And then we'll put the attribute bonus here. I fluctuate on whether I want stuff inside, all inside here, or out here. But I think right now this is kind of confusing, and this is the first time I've done, worked with this thing that has changed, so let's make sure that this is right. So we want this to get the tens because it's a skill. Because we're doing a skill one, which kind of sucks that we have to use our brains to figure that out. Is there another way we can figure that out? I don't think so. And this is going to be false for a negative. It's not a negative bonus. Is that true, though? Is it a negative bonus? That negative bonus thing sucks. We have the attribute. It wants me to put in an int. Oh, we need to do this. Attribute level or whatever it's called. We have the skill, the attribute. This, oh my god, this is hugely long. So let's make another one of these because this is crazy. Int. This is going to be the attribute level, and it's going to equal, it's an int, when it's going to equal population data dot attributes cannot be used like a method. Yeah, I know, I'm just being dumb. This is a dictionary with attribute data at the end. So then we would go, Jesus Christ. So we have the attribute, and then we're gonna want to get the attribute data which is attribute level. Whew. Okay. So this is kind of wildly complicated with what we're doing here. I wonder if there's a way we could just pass in the population data and get all this stuff. Because this is just one skill check that we're doing, and we're going to do skill checks all the time. So this is our attribute level is passed in here to get our attribute bonus. Seems like this is wildly crazy. Yeah, I don't like this. We could... So we would pass in here then... We could pass it skill amount. I don't like any of this. It's all dumb. Skill level. We could pass in the attribute level and have it pull the bonus itself. And if we don't want a bonus, we just put in 0. Because 0 won't give us an attribute. I'm trying to think of also like ways to make this so that if 0 won't give you anything. Sorry, no, you'd have to put in 50. If you put in 0, it would not work. What if you put in null? What would happen if we put in null? We can put a null check in here. And can you null an int? I don't think you can null an int. I think you gotta go, can you null an int? I think you gotta do like -1. Yeah, you can't. So when I was setting up my stream, I was like, are we really going to be working on this one thing, these two things for the title? You know, I gotta write the title before the whole stream. And I was like, I don't think so, but no, we are. Okay, so there's got to be a good way to do this, and I don't like any of the way I'm currently doing it. So we got to rewrite this until I like it, or give up. That's one of the things. Okay, so we can't have a null. We're passing in this attribute. So the attributes can't be -1. So we're passing in attributes. Where is it using this attribute? Okay, over here. So we could say -1 on the attribute. We could put 50, and that would give you a 0, or we could put a -1, because -1 is like the standard, I guess, for how to say like the standard for an int to be whatever. But is there a way could attribute ever be -1? No, it's got to be through 1 through 100. Attributes always have to be 1 through 100. They actually can go over 100. Can they go over 100? No, they can't go over 100. They can only be 1 through 100. So if we passed in a -1, we could just have up here, we could just say if attribute is equal to -1, return 0. You've read my mind. So they will just skip all this garbage. There's no bonus. So I think that's what we could do here. So then we go back to what the fuck we were doing. Who knows what it was. It was under the banker. Banker, we could pin you too. All right, so generate scavenger resources with a skill check. So for this particular one, God, there's got to be a better way to do this. We pass in, so for the check, I think we want to pass in the attribute level. And then in the check, we're going to, above here, we'll do attribute bonus. And then, so, God damn it. Check with attributes. Check with bonuses. All right, so this will be a skill check with the bonuses. Then we'll go back over to here, and we'll drag this over here just for right now. We'll copy this. I just, to here. And this is going to take this attribute level. So we're going to have a skill level, attribute level, additional bonuses, which where you can just put in 0. The attribute level we'll have to put in. So if we hover over this, we need to go back to here. We need to have in here, return an int that is an attribute bonus. It can return a negative 10 or 1. The negative bool is there so that the bonus are reversed. Thus, a good bonus would be a bad bonus. This is used for such things like needs, where a high mental strength would give a bonus, which needs to be resistance. When the game runs, loyalty is set, which applies. Okay. If a negative 1 is put in the attribute value, then there is no bonus given. So then we're going to go back over to this banker. This time we do want to have that. So we're going to have the attribute level. And this attribute level is going to go in here. And so this should now check. Oh, I thought I did. What did I call this? With bonus? With bonuses. I guess I could just copy this. Banker check with bonuses. Skill data check with bonuses. So we're going to do the skill level, attribute level, in additional bonuses. So for this one, does it get any additional bonuses? There's no additional bonuses for this one. So we're going to put in 0. And then the bool that it wants, no, it's not any perk bonuses. There probably should be a perk. Stickle Wings, how's it going? There probably should be a perk bonus that could possibly be done here. So we need to write a method for the perk bonuses. And I feel like there could possibly be some other additional bonuses. It's going good. What are you going to school for? Have I asked you that before and I just forgot? Comp science. Don't you already know all that stuff? I feel like you already know all that stuff. Hardware, software? Straight A's. I took a Spanish class when I was in high school, and the guy next to me spoke Spanish, and he was like, I took this class because it would be easy. And they were speaking Spain Spanish, not Mexico Spanish, and it was hard for him. It was impossible for me because I was, not paying attention. So we want, I don't like this either. I'm trying to make this look good for my brain, and I don't like any of it. So this should be the perk bonus now. So we got to figure out how we're doing these perk bonuses. And this shit's gone, because we'll apply that at a different time. And then this will have the end. So that's where the perk bonus is going to go. So perk bonuses, how are we going to do this? We're just returning an int. So if we go to our perk data, we should write it probably in here, I suppose. Public static get, what was I calling this other thing? Apply? Did I call it check with bonuses? Did I call it apply? Let's say, let's get. Let's call it get, because we're not applying it to shit. Get attribute bonuses. And then bonuses. Are there multiple bonuses? Get attribute bonus. Get perk bonuses. Bonus. Why is it in here? I don't know. Public static, where we int. We're returning an int. How are we going to get this bonus? So we have, I was thinking we would type this bonus in here, but like in the resource, in the inspector, but I think that's dumb. Except it kind of isn't dumb. So how are we going to do this? So there's going to be different perk bonuses, right? And we don't even know how that's going to work because this is the first one. For this first one, in this first thing that we're checking, it doesn't even apply. But let's say it did apply. We would be checking against the person's loyalty. No, we would just type. So this is like a plus. See, I'm trying to standardize things so that later there's not just some human that has to type this shit in. You know, but it is a human's going to have to type this in because that's how this is going to work. So we're not going to have get perk bonus. We're going to type this bonus in. This perk bonus will be typed in. Can we build this? No, we can't build it. By a human. So for now, that's what we're going to do until we get into a more complicated situation. So then this perk bonus is going to be, oh, but we still need the get perk. And how do we get it? Okay, go back to here. Get perk bonus, we need to go through the population data's perks and return the perks that have a bonus. And we need to add them all together. But then how do we know what does this apply to? We need to know what bonus that perk applies to. So let's say we have 50 perks later on, because we're going to have a ton of perks. We have to go through this list of perks and figure out which ones apply to this situation. Holy shit. So in this situation, they don't apply at all, but in the one we're working towards, it's a loyalty. It gives a loyalty check, which is, we don't have that anywhere in our enums. Like we can't like say, okay, this one's a loyalty one. So that isn't we're either gonna add it like a perk bonus, a perk, what is it, influence, which is probably what we need to do. So we're gonna need another enum. Let's do this so we can build this. Let's fix these guys. Well, we can't do it on this one because this is what we're trying to fix. Okay, what about this other one? Add research. So this is a standard one. So we're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna put in the skill level, except we're gonna, what did I say, with bonus? What did I call this thing? Check with bonuses. Yes, multiple bonuses. All right, so this one, maybe we'll just put them all in here, even though it's kind of fucking chaos. All right, check with bonuses. We put in this one. Then we need to return. Let's look at this other one because we can just copy it. That was into the banker. No, we're in the banker. It's weird that the banker's doing all this, but whatever. So this is the next thing that we're going to need, an attribute bonus. Copy this. Attribute level, not a bonus, a level. So then the attribute level would be this, but we need a different attribute. Or different skill. What do we check? What skill are we checking? Research. So we just change this to research. And then we go down here and we put a comma. And then we need additional bonuses, which currently are 0. And then we need, okay, we'll put this down 1. Then this needs to go down 1. No, this needs to go up 1. Let's make this somewhat. And then what's the final thing? Perk bonus, which is, but what happens if we have a perk that's like science specialist? That's what we need. But we can just put in a 0 right now. And then we need this to be like that. And then that like that. Get out of here. I said get out of here. Oh, wait, we got this garbage here. I was just looking at this. We were passing. Yeah. Why am I looking at that? Why am I hurting myself by looking at that? All right, get out of here. Okay, so then we'll put in 0 for now. That's gonna be a perk bonus, and then we'll do this. Except I'm missing something. If there we go. What do you want? Oh, we need another one of these. There we go. Then this one with bonuses. We're going to do the same thing. We don't need this anymore. I think last stream I said I was going to rewrite this very similar to this. Then I was like, no, fuck it. I don't give a shit. And now we're back to doing this. So, attribute. So we actually have, this is kind of, oh, I don't have it on my thing. It's kind of the same here. Let's go back to our banker. It's this thing here. And we'll go back to wherever this is. Comma. Perk skill level, comma. Additional bonuses. Yeah, I think this is better. This is not great, but it's better than it was, I hope. Then we need another one of these. Skill check equals, we don't need another one of those. We need this. All right. Now we got to figure out how this perk bonus thing is going to work. So to try to keep it consistent, one of the things we could do is we could apply we could just put in here instead of see the perk bonus here. It's both the workers, the players, and then it also is being applied for if we're just checking like against a D100. So if like a percentage check, if we ever need to do like just a straight percentage check for, that's against something that it needs to work in like a variety of different ways. And then, so yeah, last stream I was saying, let's just have one that just checks a D100 for simplicity, because there's going to be some that just check a D100, but then like every time I think we just have a check of a D against, a straight skill check where it's like, whatever, let's say it's a strength check, there's no bonuses are applied. But so far, every single thing has had a bonus applied. So we might never even need that. So that's why I'm like rewriting this thing, is because it seems to not ever happen where you're not getting a bonus of some sort. Like in D&D, you do like strength checks. I don't know how it works in the new D&D. D&D 5th edition strength check. I don't even think you do strength checks like that anymore. I think you do like athletics or something. Yeah, you roll a d20 plus your strength modifier. So this doesn't apply because my game's it's percentiles. You're rolling against your percentile, not your bonuses. But yeah, so I keep thinking we're gonna need this. But then if we do need to just check against a just straight check against 100, it's really easy just to do it with a random number. Like we don't need a special method. Maybe we do, but I don't know. Check with bonuses. So let's go back to this and hope that so with the perk, once again, so with the perk bonuses, perks are special. They're a special thing that give you a special, bonus to things or negative to things, or they give you special abilities. That's what a perk does. So there needs to be a perk bonus. And I guess what we would do, let's get rid of this again. I know I've done this like 4 times. I guess what we would do is we would manually put in here what perk applies. I think that's what we would do. Let's go back to our banker here. So, well, this one doesn't have there is no perk. They don't get a perk for this. So we can get rid of this crap. So this one's done. They don't get any additional bonuses and they don't get any perk bonus because we don't have a perk yet for that. But probably they would at some point. So what's going to happen is I'm going to forget to add this perk bonus. We can do that thing to do add perk bonus. Here we go. Then we can search for to-dos, right? All right. So skill. So there's another spot though where we are using a perk bonus, and it was somewhere. Let's find this thing. It's not here. To do add perk bonus. See, we could have additional bonuses here. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. I'm glad that I thought glad that on the 5th attempt of looking at this, I was like, oh, I think we might need additional bonuses. Okay, we don't need to look at that. All right, so here's the one. No, it's not. Get the fuck out of here. No, get out of here. Where are we? Here we go. So back to this. We were checking the skill level, and then we're checking the attribute level, which is where we're passing in those 2 things. But this is where we need the perk. So we need to, let's manually put in this perk. Population. That is actually what we wanted, but not sort of. This is sort of what we wanted. So let's just manually perks, all enums, perks, it was right there. Leader of people dot perk bonus. What happens if there's more than one perk that's affecting this? So let's say we have like a dickhead perk. Like it's a negative perk where the person's a dickhead. So but they also have leader of people. So it would apply both. So what is this thing passing in? Attribute level. So this is being check with bonuses is applying. And we're passing in the attribute level. We could create another perk. I think I'm dwelling on this too much. This will work for now. And then when we come back to it, I'm trying to do less of that, though. I'm trying to do less of fucking my future self, where I have to rewrite a bunch of shit. Every time I run into something I wrote 2 months ago, I have to rewrite the whole thing. I'm trying to apply, have some forward thinkingness. That's what this additional bonus is here. So what are we gonna? So like we could have like just you could just type in a number there for the additional bonus if you wanted something where the it's supposed to always pass or always be a negative, and that would be the negative thing. We don't have the negative thing in here. We took it away. But let's look at our attribute data. We do have it here. There should be. I bet you when we build it, it will give us a. We're missing something. In one of the checks, yeah, we got to fix this. Possibly use resources. I think this is where their needs, yeah, this is. So see, this is the true one. It is a negative. So we need to pass in a negative thing here. So this is where we're going to do a negative bonus. So the idea is that their mental strength gives them kind of a bonus to not wanting shit. So basically, if they're, if you want a new computer, and you don't want to just be a consumer, your mental strength keeps you from buying the new computer. But if you're weak-brained, I don't know. If you're weak-brained, you buy the computer. I think I'm going to buy a computer. That's why I'm thinking about that, because I'm weak-brained. You want to eat that chocolate ice cream. I also want some chocolate ice cream. But I'm not going to get any, because I'm strong-brained. I think I'm funny. Anyway, so let's see. We got to fix that. We got to fix these ones. Let's fix all these because maybe while we're fixing them, we'll see issues with this new idea. So we don't need the populate. Well, this is check with bonuses. With bonuses. And we don't need this. This is a key value pair. We're passing in an int. So this is from their needs. So this number changed. So here's an example of us checking something as if it was a skill, but it's not a skill. So we're checking their needs, and then we need to check their attribute level. So their attribute level, we need to return. So let's put this up here because this one's slightly different. So let's do attribute, whoops, int attribute level equals, what was that thing? Oh, this won't work. See, the first one we did doesn't work. We can't put the tribute bonus in here because we need to pass in if it's a negative or not. So the skill level, this will have to be a skill bonus or a tribute bonus that we're passing in. So the tribute bonus is what we'll pass in, the additional bonus and the perk bonus. So we can't put this in here because we do need to pass, or we would have to pass in a bool, and I just don't want to. That's why. And this is kind of dumb to have this in here anyways. This is going to be a tribute bonus now, though. And those other ones are going to kind of still work, but they're not really going to work because we're going to have some crazy ass shit that's happening here. You know what we could do is put in like something dumb. No, wait. We could put in because I wanted these to. I'll just search for it. And you know what? I'm going to take a quick break though. This is perfect timing on my part. It's exactly an hour. I'm take a quick break, and I'll be back in less than 5 minutes. All right, I'm back. No problem, Sequel Weeks. I totally understand. I do the same thing when I watch streams. Like, move around. I go do stuff. Sometimes I'm listening. Sometimes I'm like in the other room making food or something. I totally understand. Sometimes I go take a nap and just leave the stream up. Um, all right, so this, we're going to have to go back through and fix those other ones. Maybe we should fix those other ones first. Yeah, I can't believe people stream themselves sleeping and then they, you know, they get they have it so that people can pay to wake them up and shit. It's like paying for, it's a dystopian future that we're living in. It's, what the fuck is this one? Oh, okay. It's a hellish nightmare of pain. There's that, God damn it, what is that next, Black Mirror Netflix show, Black Mirror, where the guy, you know, he's always on the cycling machine to make like credits or whatever, and they're always like making him watch commercials. It's like the same thing, except that the viewers are blasting people to make money, to interrupt their sleep. Uh, they got close, but it's already here and it's already now, and we don't even know it. We're just walking around. Tomorrow will be a better day, we think. This got dark. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, no, oh my God, you could be the first ones to go wings. Don't do it. Uh, God. Oh, look at this is all broken up here. I didn't know I had to fix this. This is gonna be gone. Right, right. I haven't showered for 6 months. This is a true story. One time I was curious how long it would take for someone to comment on me wearing the same clothes every day. And so I wore the same clothes. You know, I showered and stuff, but I wore the same clothes every day until someone commented, and it took 21 days before someone couldn't take it anymore. And I went to work every day, you know. I was just curious. I would like wash the clothes and stuff, but I was just curious. Yeah, yeah. It's because everyone's very polite. And what made me think about it was I used to wait at the bus stop to go to work, and there was a woman who waited at the bus stop with me, and she had dropped something on her pants, and I don't think she ever changed those pants. Like every day she went to work with the same pants with the splat of stuff on them. And I was like, how long until someone would tell her? I think she was like at a restaurant job though, so that's kind of expected, I think. You know, that you're gonna get covered and stuff, but it was the same one. It was the same one. It's possible. I assume she washed and stuff, but I don't know what was going on with that splat of stuff. All right, so we need to put this bonus. We need to pass in this bonus correctly. So with this one, we're passing in the skill level, which that would be a massive bonus. So what we need to do is we need to get this bonus here, not we have the attribute skill level. We need to pass in the bonus. Attribute bonus. There's got to be a better way to do this. I'm going to keep doing it this way, but there has to be a better way to do this. What happened to amount here? I just have an int amount for no reason. Why is this sitting here? Can't I just put int amount here? And here? The answer would be no. Okay. All right, the reason this is sitting here is because it needs to be here. Stop messing with your code, Josh. Come on. Kapapa? Kapap? Kapap? What the hell is kapap? Kapap. Is that an IT thing? So then we're going to get, that's under attribute data, get attribute bonus. And then we need to pass in the attribute of an int, which is our attribute level. And then what else? If it's a negative, if it's ones, so we'll do ones is true, false, and then this is false. And then we'll have the attribute bonus, which we're going to put this in here. A miss. Oh. I don't know any of those. I rarely use as emojis. I often wonder, like, is that a person? Is that like some famous streamer that I'm supposed to know who they are? So this is going to be tens. Yeah, because this is going to be tens. Okay. So we need to go to the next one and fix it. Pass check. So this is the same thing. We're passing in the attribute level. We'll cut this. We'll go attribute int attribute level. We'll figure out a better way to do this later. Or we won't. Then we're going to go end. There's a story. So I was wondering that, like, there's one emoji that I saw that I thought looked familiar, like the person looked familiar, and I was like, is this a person? This is making me think about something real quick. I'm gonna look it up. Twitch viewer numbers. Like viewers spelled wrong, but I have a feeling that I've had this theory that Twitch actually is like kind of dying. See, we're not very deep into 2025. And this one actually concurrent channels. Yeah, so there's more channels. There was more channels now and less viewers. I think the thing is it's in one of those. Look, they must have stopped providing this data. And this also, I was telling someone at my job this, that if you look at statistics, you're always immediately going to find the statistic that agrees with your your viewpoint. So if you look at statistics, especially if you're looking at IT logs and stuff, and you think something's happening, the first thing that you're going to find is going to agree with you. And if you dig deeper into the numbers, though, a lot of times it's not true. But currently, well, I guess that this does an agreement with me if I'm looking at this. So their average is higher than last year. But I think that there's, Twitch sailed along without any competition, and now they have a bunch of competition. If there's more innovation, yes. So that's part of the thing is I think Twitch needs to like figure out what it's doing wrong or what it's doing okay and improve on things. And one of the things is I think they need to, as a small streamer, of course I'm saying this, highlight smaller streamers to get people in. So like I think what happens, and I think this is just like an internet thing, where people get bored of they watch something all the time and then they just lose interest in it and they move on to something else. They need to capture those people moving on to something else and keep them on Twitch just with different people. Yeah, I don't think there has been any innovation of streaming technology. I'm trying to think of, besides like the thing where you can honk people and like OnlyFans where you can like buzz their vagina, I think that's how that works, right? I don't know, really. No. Yeah, it's strange. So yeah. Okay, tribute bonuses. Do I have this over here? No. We have the level, and then we need to put in get. It's on attribute data. Get attribute bonus. You're thinking about ways to improve Twitch or work real things. So we have to put in this attribute. Why don't I make this say attribute level? That'll make life better. And then why don't we put this as a tribute level? Like, why don't we just keep this motherfucker. Let's rename this like a real person here. There we go. Solved all of my problems. And there's also I've told this story before, but it kind of also applies to this whole conversation. Is I had a friend, so I streamed like ages ago. I would just like get drunk and stream occasionally, and I thought that was like clever, but it turns out there's like 1,000 people doing that. You know, everyone, like, 90% of the Twitch streamers is just some guy getting drunk and streaming him play video games. You know, it's not that there's a lot of competition. A lot of competition. Let me see what it said. Oh, it's because I have the word viewers blocked. It's because those spam bots. So my friend, I told my friend, my coworker, that I streamed, and she was like, "This." So this is back in the day when Twitch was mostly just video games. It was 99% just video games, and my friend said, "I do this morning workout for like 2 hours a day." She was incredibly, what's the terminology? Loke. She was incredibly in good shape. And so she did like at 4 in the morning, she did a 2-hour workout, and she's wanted to somehow monetize that, you know, like a little bit of money. And so she was like, can I go on Twitch? Because she didn't know anything about streaming, and stream my workout. And I was like, you absolutely can, but there's going to be a bunch of dudes. Yeah, exactly. That girl fit. I was going to be, there's a bunch of dudes trying to hump you. And she's like, yeah, I can deal with that. That's not a problem. And so then I told my other friend who was a streamer, who is also a woman, I said, my friend wants to stream, maybe, you know, her working out. And she got really pissed. She's like, this Twitch is not for people you know, twerking and stuff. And so I think that there's also, so this brings it back to the whole thing, people who are not gamers trying to get into Twitch sometimes meet this backlash. And so my friend never did it. She wasn't like that serious about it. She was just curious, you know. And so there's like yeah, exactly, gatekeeping. Perfect word. There's this gatekeeping on Twitch, but in reality, like as a gamer, I want to find other gamers, but I can ignore people twerking. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't hurt me if there's people twerking on Twitch. You know, like where they need to bring in other types of people because you might get bored watching a gamer and you might want to go watch some twerking, you know. And then maybe the people watching the twerking might want to see, oh, look at this video game that I want to play or whatever. You know what I mean? Like the whole oh God, we're back to capitalism here. The whole problem is our society is based on the fact that things just keep growing forever. You know, like it's just supposed to just grow forever. Like there's never like we're gonna run out of resources. We're just always gonna keep increasing our usage of resources, and that's how we're all gonna make money forever. Stock market has to go up forever. Everything's got to go up forever. And the problem is that that's impossible. That's like a 5-year-old's idea of the economy, but that's what we use as the 5-year-old's idea. So I mean, and that's what we're going for is the growth forever because that's what our 5-year-olds idea of the economy. So we got to bring in these people, new people, and keep them on the platform or whatever. Right, exactly. It needs to expand. Streaming, yeah, they could stream like or shows too. Yeah, like why wasn't so? You know, it would have been perfect for them to break into this is that League of Legends show, Arcane or whatever. That should have been streamed on Twitch. Now that you mention it, that would have been like the perfect thing, but it was put on Netflix, and you know it's like winning all these awards and shit. Joker, how's it going? It is, you know, I was watching a stream earlier, and the quality was dog shit. And at first, I thought it was like, oh, he must be streaming in a lower, um, DPI. What am I? Resolution. There we go. But it wasn't. He was streaming in a lower resolution. It says Twitch was sending it shitty. So they definitely need to figure that out because it was bad. It was looking it was looking pretty dog shit. What are we doing here? I cut something out that I needed, and now I forgot what I was doing because I was yammering. There is no attribute bonus on this. Wait, what is this? Possibly use resources. Let's go back. What did I check at? What did I cut out here while I was talking? Okay, so this is population data. No, yours are like, so I think it's like text and stuff works fine. He was playing a video game. The gator, Joker's a big gator guy. I don't know. I think he told me once, but I can't remember if he likes gators or Crocs more. Like which is the... All right, so we have the value, which is the skill level. Oh wait, aren't you in Florida, Single Winks? He's probably like riding a croc right now, or a gator. Yeah, that's all I know about Florida. There's lots of snakes and alligators and hillbillies. I don't. Are they hillbillies in Florida? Swamp billies? Swamp billies? No. Oh my god! I watched that. There's some TV show like Naked and Afraid or something like that, where they were in Florida and it was just snakes everywhere, just poisonous snakes everywhere. All right, so this is the level that we're checking against. This one's special. There's a negative attribute bonus, so that's why we had to redo this. So we needed to go to, we needed an int attribute bonus equals attributes. So this is the one place where we're doing the negative attribute bonus. So we need this to be, we're going to pass in the attribute level, which is actually, looks like we're checking their mental strength. We're passing that in. What are we doing here? We need to get the population data dot attributes, and then attribute level. So they're in the attribute thing. There's called attribute. Squidbillies is a crusher. So if you actually live around gators, they're probably not very scary, right? Like same as when I grew up in San Diego, like rattlesnakes are not scary. They're just kind of like meh. Let's do this. Attribute level to make this less ugly and easier to read, and then we'll put attribute level in here. Whoops. Attribute level, and then we need, is it a ones or a tens? I think this is going to be false, but then this is going to be true. And then we're going to get our attribute bonus, which is going to be here. And now I'm thinking though, is this, no, it's a tens. It's a tens. Swamp puppies. A big statue. Yeah, there's not very many gators in Canada, are there? You can get like a greenhouse, you know, because they're nice and warm, and like a really large one, and then just let it chill in there. And then we're gonna do 0, and then we're gonna do 0, not an O, a 0. Because there's no perk bonus, you actually need this time. And then we're going to do perk bonus. because there probably should be some sort of perk that we'll do there. So I think let me go through this again. So we're getting the attribute mental strength attribute level. We're getting the bonus for it, but it's a negative bonus because we want to fail this. We want to fail this because so I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to put it right here. This is a negative bonus because we want the person to fail it, thus not needing stuff. So check up enough resources. So we're check with bonuses. So if they fail it, they try to take the resource. No, if they pass it, they try to take. Was that, did that, I think that said false. I'm going to copy this real quick. I can't remember my logic here. Equals true. Okay, so that did say equals true before. Just making sure. There's my embarrassing doing an O instead of a... Okay. Hairless cat. What are you guys talking? Angry puppy. Angry puppy. You name it. Hairless cats. I thought it was a copy the other day. I thought the person said they like bald cats, and I was like, a bald cat. But he said big, but I thought he said bald, and I was like, bald cat. All right, so this one's done. Let's search for this. Whoops. Let's search for this for the next one. All right, so we were half done with this, and then I tribute bonus got sidetracked or something. So what we're going to pass in here is the tribute level, which we have here. And then this is for research. So this is a tens, so this is false. And then false again. Yeah, we're going to have to do this every time, I think, these where we get this stuff. There's got to be a better way to do this, though. Probably somewhere, I don't know, but we're going to keep doing it this way until I can think of a better way to do it. So attribute bonus, we've already done this one. We got the attribute bonus. That's nothing to apologize for. Being a little stoned. I have not gotten stoned myself in many a year, but I understand. I understand it. I was never a big pot smoker. Skill. Okay, so what is this one? So this is this is our original thing that caused all of this chaos. Is so we're passing in the tribute level, which is wrong. So we need to put in, I'm going to put it, once again, this is very strange. So we're going to do a tribute level, whoops, we need to say int, and then we're going to go equals this thing, then we're going to go attributes bonus. See, because we have to get this every time. Get attribute data get. See, that's weird that we have to do this every time to get this skill check. Well, like I said, I think when we rewrite this for the 100th time, we'll know what a better way to do this. We'll be like, oh wait. So we pass in the tribute level. I mean, maybe it's not weird. Maybe it's just me. Wouldn't be the first time. This is going to be tens, and we're not getting a negative because we want it to pass. So this is going to give our tribute bonus, and then we're going to put a tribute bonus down here. Whoops. Okay, that's fine. Get away. And this one has a perk bonus. Speaking of smoking pot, I'm going to skip this song, Jefferson Airplane. Yeah. Let's listen to something else. Listen to this thing. Hopefully it's not the crappy album. There's one album that's all mixed. What about, Joker, what about turtles? Are you a turtle guy? I was a turtle guy when I was a kid. I like turtles. I'm not saying it because of that dude, but I did like turtles. See, the thing is, you could put this in here. It's so long. Yeah, I think I should stop worrying about that. That's the key, is to stop worrying about that. All right, let's build this again and get our bugs. I think, I don't think let's double check that I think okay. Perfect, we did do all of those. Now we need to fix these other ones. So what is this one? Loyalty check, check loyalty with skill check. So on this one, with bonuses, we do want the bonuses. Let's put this down here so we have a reference here. We want population data, loyalty adjusted. So we could have just copied this. Whoops, copied this. So this is loyalty adjusted. Then we're checking. Looks like we passed in false before. So then we're going to check. This is the tribute bonus thing. So we got to do that attribute level thing equals population adjusted. Attributes. What are we doing? Mental strength. Attribute level. And then we got to do the attribute bonus. Maybe this isn't that bad, because you kind of, maybe I'm lying to myself as well. There we go, attribute level, false, yes, false and false. You know, it's weird that we were only passing in one false. Oh, no, that's fine. You haven't seen any cool turtles? Sitting there thinking yeah. They do have that look of I'm superior because I'm so slow, because nothing affects me because I'm so slow moving, you know? Attribute bonus. And then we go, oh, well, actually, that is 0. And I did it again. I put an O instead of a 0. And then 0, and then we go to do perk bonus. What do you want here? What? That's the problem. We had a little thing in there. We can put this up here, I suppose. All right, next one. Generate work with skill check. So this is going to same thing. We'll knock this down a level. Skill data check with bonuses. And we'll go like this. Snakes. Snakes, though, like a mix between a turtle and a snake is an alligator. You went to a place as a kid as a field trip, stood there and just stared at the turtle. He probably did. He did win. He wins against everybody. Everybody's trying to do the stare off and just fucking yeah, tortoises are really cool. They have a couple of tortoises in San Diego that are like locally famous. That kind of just wander around. They're big, you know, they live like 500 years or something. And yeah, so we have a skill level here that we're using already. So we can pass that in. Then we need our attribute level here. This is, what are we checking here? The work cell, this one's really long. So what we got to do here is go attribute level. Skills, attribute. No, this is, yeah, this one's really long. So we're going to go population data dot attributes skill tribute level. Look at that. It was on attribute level, but then there's also a start attribute level up there. All right, that one's huge. So this does kind of make sense to do it this weird way. Attribute bonus equals attribute data get attribute bonus attribute level false. Squib, how's it going? Went to a place as a kid. Oh, where I already looked at that one. It's rereading your. So no snakes, huh? Skill data. So this we can now replace. What do we got going here? We got all sorts of skill level, attribute bonus, 0 and 0, but we need to equals true, and then we got to do that to do thing. To do Toto, to do perk bonus is bonus. All right, so let's hope that this is all right. I hope. Okay, I think we got one more. I think I got one more to fix. Oh, I'd be wrong. We have 3 more to fix. I don't remember doing this many skill checks, but with bonuses, let's leave this one like this just because it's already here and I can be lazy. This one, we got to do the same thing. I should probably be putting this stuff up here somewhere, but we'll keep it here. No, it's got to be up here. Otherwise, yeah. Well, no, it doesn't. Int attribute. There's got to be a better way to do this, though. Like, I keep fluctuating. Like, half the time I'm like, no, this is fine. Oh, this is a big, long one. I think this is fine, and then 10 minutes later, I'm like, no, this sucks. Attribute level. Then we got to add in int attributes bonus, and then we're gonna get attribute data. Man, this is gonna be a bummer when I rewrite this, because we're gonna have to go through all these again. Attribute level, false, false. And then here, you know, this is kind of ugly. We'll put it up here. I probably should have done it on the other one too. And then we'll do skill level, attribute bonus, 0. Not God. That's the 3rd time, 4th time. Why do I keep doing that today? Uh, to do perk bonus. One day when we search for this, I'm going to be unhappy about it because there's so many of them. Yeah. Or another 5 rewrites. Let's put this at the end of this thing. Well, that wasn't the plan there, but let's actually put this all in one line. Let's go through this. And I think that was equals true. I hope. Okay, how many more? 3 more. I'm just making sure that this is right. Yeah, we're getting the bonus. Let's put a note in here for my old brain. If the skill check is correct or is passed, then the researcher gets a passive skill, gets a research bonus. Sorry, there's another word that I was very. Gets a passive boner. Oh no, we got like 5 of them in here. No wonder I didn't want to rewrite this last weekend with a bonus. All right, we don't need this. Oh, we're into combat. Attributes, whoops. Int attributes level equals skill level. And then we're going to have a big long one here. Yeah, we are. Int attribute, what? Nope, this is skill level. Skill level attribute level equals. Oh, look, we have the, I named the population. Oh, it still says county population in here. This is some old ass shit. Let's rename it. This is really old. Well, you know, we did combat really early on just for fun. It's like it's pretty bad. And it's not very useful for the game, but we'll get to it eventually, and then we'll get to like more fun combat where we'll have like more morale checks and it will last longer. I think it lasts like, usually like a day or two, and I want it to last much longer until you get better skills and stuff. But yeah, this is very old. And the problem, the reason this is confusing is because it's confusing. It gets very complicated. It's not complicated at all, but it gets confusing because there's people getting shot at it and shooting back, and then it switches sides. And so then, like, you roll for the attackers, and then the defenders become the attackers, and then that's what this thing, yeah. So it's just confusing. So I need to rewrite that anyways. And we're going to do it differently. So right now we're recruiting subordinates, which will actually be in, this whole thing's going to get rewritten. Is long story short. Because we're going to have subordinates. Subordinates are going to get shot. No one can die in this currently. No one takes any damage. We don't have any hit point damage. Wait, do we? I don't think we... No, it's all morale. I think. Yeah, but we will eventually. So tribute level, shooting, population, attributes. We're using rifle skill. All But you know what we weren't doing? We weren't doing that. We don't want to do it that way. It's the thing I was talking about earlier, like what if we change what the attribute is? So we need to do the attribute that is linked to the skills attribute. Because if we change things later, they wanted me to complete that right there. Yeah, that's not going to work. Let's see, attributes, their skill attribute. This is wrong. Wait, attribute. Then we need one more of these. Then we need attribute level. There we go. Then we're going to do the same thing. Bonus equals attribute data dot gets, what was that? Something property values? Then we're going to put in the attribute level. This is going to be false, and this is going to be false. Are we checking no ones? I don't think we do any ones checks where we get a bonus for ones. What would we even use that for? I don't know. So there's ones and tens is what it's. And I guess I wrote that in there preemptively. So we want the skill level here, attribute level 0, 0. To do, I'm going to put true on here because I find it's easier for me to look at when it's this big thing. Hey, Bumblebite, how's it going? I'm about to type it in right now. You use this to do thing, and I was like, that's great. I should use that, and so I'm using it now. Took it from you. Took it from your brain. What are we doing? Check with bonuses. All right, then we need another one. We do an additional check. I was saying earlier that when I watch other C# programmers, I have like 1,000 questions, but I don't want to blast the streamer with my 1,000 C# questions because it's not their job to teach me how to program in C#, you know? And so I sit there and I start I see something, I don't know what the fuck it is. I'm like over on my other screen, like Googling it, like, what the fuck is that thing? So yeah, I try. All right, I think this is like a defensive bonus. It says, oh, this is their cool. I saw you were on 9. I'm still using 8. I don't know if I should go to the next one or not. I'm trying to stay. There's a new version of Godot, and I don't want to jump to that yet. But this one isn't stable, so it says it's stable, but I don't want it. It's not stable. So we're gonna do the same thing with this up here, but with this. So this person is, if they get shot, they need to. So if the attacker hits, then this person needs to make a cool check. No, wait. It says they need to fail a cool check. All right. I'm going to believe myself. I'm going to believe my past self. Let's do the same thing up here, though. Int skill level. How's progress on your project going, Bumblebite? We were talking about alligators earlier, too. If you have any comments about alligators. Oh, is that a writer thing? Like it will make a list of the to-dos? I have writer installed. I literally haven't. Yeah, it's right there. I haven't even turned it on, since I. Oh, that's why these are all named like this. 2 islands? Do they have 2 islands? Getting shot at skill level. This is the person getting shot at skill level. Int getting shot at attribute level. Int getting shot at attribute bonus. I was wondering why I was naming these all strange, but I don't know. Joker would probably know. That seems like a Joker question. So we got their skill level. What are we testing here, though? We're just going, we're pulling. We're passing in this attribute. So this big long thing, we can go getting shot at population attributes. And then, wait, I'm missing a. That we need an attribute level here. And then the bonus, we're going to do the attributes data get. And then we're going to do attribute level and false, I think. Yeah, we're doing false. And then this equals false. I wonder why we're testing. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. So if they fail their cool roll, then they take this additional morale damage. All right. For a second there, I was like, that I had fucked something up. Skill level, getting shot at, attribute bonus, 0 and 0, and one of these. And then we're going to do the to-do. So the reason I'm putting this to-do in here is my fear is I'm going to, once we add more perks to it, to the game, I'm going to forget about these on some of them. And so if like later, years down the line after, I have there's 1,000 people playing, 10,000 or 1,000,000 people are playing my game. Someone's going to be like, why don't you get a perk bonus here when it's a successful hit? Okay. Why does this thing always want me to use a switch expression? Give me a break. Godot also just went to 8, C# 8. So I don't know, how is it handling C# 9? All right. What am I doing? Next one on the list. Hopefully we can, it's the last one, supposedly, which we already did. So let's, is there anything unsaved on here? Let's just save them all, just in case. Let's build and see if we missed anything. The reason why I didn't do a, whatever, find replace thing, Control H or whatever it is, was because I wanted the errors so I could easily find this. All right, so build works. This isn't going to really tell us anything, I don't think, because it's going to work regardless of if the skill checks don't work. I wish this thing would stop. I'll have to look at that offline or something at some point. All right. What are we doing? We can't test anything we just did, I don't think. The not with how it's currently set up. We need to add an attribute bonus to the skill check. Okay, so did we do this? All of that rewrite was just so we could get to this thing. Yeah, if it's just a million, 1 per million, I look at Reddit and this is there's like a bunch of, I've been looking at video game Reddit subreddits forever, and for a long time, I looked at the Tarkov one thinking about buying Tarkov, and I was like, man, Tarkov sucks. It's just filled with cheaters, and it's a terrible game. And then I started playing Arena Breakout, and it's a free game, so I didn't look at the subreddit. And then after I played 20 hours of Arena Breakout, I started looking at the subreddit, and it just complained how Arena Breakout was a piece of shit, right? And that was not my experience. Like, it's not the best game. It does have some issues. I'm not saying it's like an amazing game, but it was definitely not as shitty as the subreddit for Arena Breakout was. And so that made me think the Tarkov subreddit was the similar, like, just people whining, completely overblown. And then actually, Squib, he was in chat a second ago. He plays Tarkov, and after I saw him playing it, I was like, it's not that bad. It's like, now I play it, and it's not that bad. So the wars of bringing this whole thing up is back to the million players. It's like every 10th player. If you look at any video game subreddit, it's like every 10th player is somebody who's got a complaint. And this goes, you know, that Millennium Dawn mod for Hearts of Iron 4. So it's got its own subreddit. And there's also like a Hearts of Iron 4 subreddit. One day there was just a post on the Hearts of Iron subreddit that was just like, fuck the person who made the mod Millennium Dawn, and because this mod sucks, and everyone just jumped on this bandwagon and trashed that dude. It's just one guy. I mean, he's got helpers, I guess, but they just annihilated that Millennium Dawn mod. They just went into excruciating details of how shitty that mod is. And I've played that mod a bunch, and it's free. it's some guy's like dream. And I couldn't believe that they were destroying this dude. I hope he didn't read that post. He probably did, because I read another post by him later where someone asked him why, on the Millennium Dawn subreddit, they asked him why he makes the mod. But yeah, but do you play Tarkov? I feel like there's like 9 people who play it, but I don't think that they've fixed it. There are cheaters. I reported a couple of people, and I've gotten one back that it was confirmed. There's definitely cheaters. But it's the same. I feel like it's the same amount that Arena Breakout has. So it's like they're at equal level of cheaterness. So like, maybe the Tarkov developers aren't doing that good of a job, like fighting cheaters, but then Arena Breakout isn't doing that good of a job either. So, or maybe it's just a lot harder to fight cheaters than it seems like it should be. There, I'm done with my diatribe. We did this. Can we test this? Were we done with this? Yeah, and that's the thing. So to the million thing, like, I think if I'm reading subreddits, it's gonna be, every 10 players on a subreddit of any game that I'm involved with. And this, it's not going to be out for 5 years, and that'll be the alpha. So, and I'm just going to keep saying 5 years for the end of eternity. It's kind of a weird thing, especially for mods. Like, mods are just some guy volunteering, some person spending their time working on something. Like, you might be like, this mod sucks, I don't want to play it. But just to go annihilate the poor guy. Godot developer defensiveness. Which part? which part? What is this? Oh, okay, learning check. We don't need to do anything with. Let's like, yeah, I'm not saying that Millennium Dawn, Tarkov, ABI, or any of the games that I mentioned don't have their problems. I just don't think that the full annihilation of the poor developers. And also, so back to the Tarkov thing, I held off on buying that for years because I was reading the subreddit. Because, you know, I don't know, there's like this Tarkov myth. I don't know. There's like a people have been talking about that game for years, you know. And I watched that Splattercat. He does videos. He used to be a Tarkov streamer, and he quit that to make videos because he wasn't making any money as a Tarkov streamer. But that I appreciate his opinion on video games because I've watched so many of his, like I've probably watched 200 of his videos on indie video games. So I appreciate his outlook, and to know that he liked Tarkov made me interested in getting it. And this is like years ago, you know. Oh yeah, yeah. I think so. I was kind of curious, and maybe because I haven't been in the Godot ecosystem for very long, like a year or whatever, but it seems to me that a lot of the issues are solved by somebody who wants to grab the reins and solve it, not by the main developers. So like if it's a bug that isn't break like Godot breaking, you know, I was gonna say game breaking, but engine breaking, I feel like a lot of this stuff, like that issue that I have, I don't know if it will get fixed because I think what they want is a community member to jump in and fix it, because it isn't, you know, all it does is give you those errors, which I don't have right now for some reason. Yeah, it's the learning curve on it is I'm actually burned out on it. I'm tired of getting killed by somebody with 5,000 hours, you know. um, so there was something no, I didn't miss anything. There's a bunch of other people have come out of the woodwork. Okay, like 4 other people who have the same problem. What is it? Air. I have it somewhere. Let me go to my other monitor here. It's definitely a Godot problem. I'm going to bring it over here. I just got to... exactly. The other thing that me and my friend, because I talked my friend into buying it, as a scav, you know, so Tarkov has two different game modes in the standard Tarkov. If you've never played Tarkov, one's like an extraction shooter, like Tarkov invented extraction shooters, where you're using your own gear, and if you die, you lose all your gear, and you got to start over. So there's that mode, and then there's this other mode where you're just using like random gear, and if you die, you lose the gear, but who cares because you got random gear, and that's called like the scav mode. When I'm scabbing, I'm like sprinting through the open, just making as much noise, jumping on shit. I have no worries in the world, shooting my gun in the air, running through the whole fucking place. Nobody kills me. The minute I make the tiniest noises of the other one, I'm fucking dead. Shot in the head from across the map. Well, yeah, no, I am an American, so I gotta play it like an American. Trying out different guns. I found a grenade launcher and just sat there and fired it for no reason because I'm an American, you know. It's just how it is. But yeah, I thought that Pestily guy was still streaming that game. They're always talking about him. But yeah, so this error, there are other people who have encountered it. And the problem is that there's no easy way to, so this is this guy, where to start debugging. It's the same question I have. It doesn't tell you, and you can do, you know, Casper, he comes into chat sometimes. He said he was able to get the number down by turning every array every Godot array that was, so he used my game to, he downloaded my code. So it was every dictionary. It was back to Bumblebee, back to the don't use dictionaries thing. He turned them into their own files. So like this, he put them in their own file. And that would be a good way for me to test it to see if that's part of the problem. But I don't wanna. And because it's so much work. I mean, even testing one isn't that much work, but it's definitely something that I could test. I tested the one thing. The one thing that the guy suggested was what was I forget, there was I remember what I did. Is I tested putting each enum in its own thing, its own file, and that didn't help. The big problem is you think you've solved the problem. You hit play and you don't get the bug anymore, and then suddenly later it's back again. And you almost always get it. Here, maybe we can duplicate it. I'm gonna make sure this is all saved though. If you close Godot, GitHub page shows it in the array code. Shows what? That error? Have you found something? So I think I have to open it from over here too. Well, let's open this one. The old one post you were looking at core, it has that error in there. Yeah, there's a dictionary one and there's an array one. One has the period and one doesn't have the period. What I'm talking about, let's see if this, I think I got to build it first and I get 32 here. I might have to make a change as well. Yeah, so there's two errors. One has this period at the end and one doesn't. And so somebody linked to it. Yeah, this guy linked to it. So there's 3 that have that error. And so this one without the period. So we know that this one is in the array one, and then we know the other 2 are in the dictionary one. But I feel like they're somewhat related. So we got our 32 this time though, and then if you do it again, so if you do it again, it will be gone. Like if we hit play, again, they'll stop getting the errors, and then sometimes you get 8, and sometimes you get 24. Oh, we got 31 this time. What? So it's very hard to test. So you think you've solved the problem, and you're like, oh, well, I solved the problem. And then, it comes back later. So I think it's definitely like just some, oh, we got 30 this time. Maybe we'll just keep going down until they're all gone. Fuck. And then somebody else in chat actually had a good idea that we tried. Where we turned on verbose debugging and it showed like what order it was hitting it in, like when those appeared. Whenever it happens on an export build, I think we tested that too. We've tested a lot with chat. This is an older build, but it's a build that would have it in there. 3.9, yeah. I think it doesn't appear when you export it. Yeah, it doesn't appear when you export it. This is after the problem started, so it would have appeared if. So it doesn't appear if you export. But maybe when I exported, is there a setting you have to say to like do verbose or something? Have I debugged just in general or debugged this? Both, debug this, yes. In general, no. Uh, I don't know if it was you or another person. And I noticed that everyone else runs their games through this. You know, they play it through here or whatever instead of through. Oh, this, yeah, we there was a whole stream where we went through, and a bunch of people showed up because they wanted to help. Um, yeah, I don't know why you guys use this versus the other. Like, why play it through here versus the other? Um, oh, now we're at 60. Oh, that's probably 30 from before. Yeah, we went over this like forever. Um, oh, is that the reason? It's just because you don't have to swap back and forth. I thought I was missing out on a C sharp thing. I stopped using the embedded player because I had to, because I have I keep this very small. And so I'd have to stretch this, I would have to drag the stuff to get to my buttons. So that's why I got rid of I went back to this thing. If I need the embedded player though for like testing certain stuff, I probably would go back to it. It's not like I'm against it. I just, this is just, this window is very useless right now most of the time because I'm messing with stuff over here. Okay, where are we at? Yeah, I almost replied to this guy with a summary of everything I've learned so far. I probably should. Just so that he doesn't feel left out in the cold like I did. Okay, what were we doing? Just yammering, just fucking running my mouth again. It's actually, let me take a break real quick, and then I will be back in less than 5 minutes. I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. Um, all right, I'll be right back. All right. Zimp, how's it going? I'm back. I let me start my music. I feel like it might be in my head that everyone's defensive. Um, I don't know. I feel like posting like an issue, and this is definitely in my head. Posting an issue on the Godot issues. I'm just waiting for someone to reply and say like, "You fucking moron." You're not using whatever, right? I don't think. I guess I do think that would happen, but I think it's just me. I'm just. uh, So yeah, I don't remember what I was talking about when I was saying they were defensive, but um, no, there was someone who was saying that they didn't use lists or dictionaries, and I think it was you, but it could have been anyone. And I was still trying to figure out how that's done. The thing that's interesting is all of the C sharp people that I've watched do namespaces with a bunch of dots stuff behind it, and I don't know why. Um, so I'm missing something fundamental there. All right, did we do this stuff? Did we get this to work? We did some of it. Sub namespaces? Yeah. I don't know. Everything's just in one big namespace. So it'll stop giving me that message. How are we gonna test this? This is working. Let's see. So I need to type in this perk bonus. So let's do that. That's easy. We got our perks here. We're gonna give it a 10. What is going on here? So then how? Sorry, I'm thinking. So I gotta skip this song that you guys can't hear. Um, I noticed it like, and Joker, you might do this. Back in the good old days of Unity, I was doing a lot of tutorials. Um, they would put namespaces for their different utilities and stuff. So you could you could add the namespace for that utility if you wanted to use it. Because a lot of people had like utility packs on Unity. So to test this thing, I'm trying to think of how we're going to test this. So if we go to the county, we go to the check for recruitment, I guess we just run it, but we're going to have some GD prints in here. Recruit subordinates. It's going to go down here. It's going to get the best person, and then it's going to go check with bonuses. This gives us a skill check, and then if this is true, we add these people. So we would go, let's just like fill this with GD prints to make sure that we're getting the right numbers. Attribute level. And then under here, GD print, attribute bonus. I guess this makes it easier to do this, but I should have wrote a method that does this part. That's what I should have done. Attribute level bonus. And then in here we can do a GD print of recruitee. Whoops, I need some recruitee added, and then we'll put like someone's name in here. Recruitee first name. Okay. Yeah, yeah, I do rainbow prints. I should, I'm gonna make them rainbow because then I'll find them easier. Um, because these ones are important, right? Uh, I also am not that strongly. I don't feel that strongly about the engines, but I definitely feel like Godot community is better than the Unity community because there's definitely some hostile motherfuckers in the Unity community. Unity community. Um, Good old Kurt. I don't know what the deal with. So that's back to the dev brain thing I always say, where there's like this. Um, it's an IT thing too. Um, where people are just hostile towards people who don't know. It's back to the gatekeeping thing. Um, Highlight them. Oh, I don't like doing the color. That's why I use the rainbow one, is because I don't have to do the color at the back because I'm lazy. All right, let's see here. Let's see what we got. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to adjust what the hero is doing, or the number of people, the subordinates. It's not going to fix the list. This list over here is still that's next. So we're just, well, we'll hire two and see what happens. And then this should happen, I think, at like, I don't know what time, 1 a.m. or something, 2 a.m. Okay, number of subordinates is less than the number wanted, so the recruiting has started. His attribute. Lewis is recruit. Number of subordinates does match, so nothing is done. Something's wrong here. Oh, except this is the... Oh, it's definitely because I'm lazy. There's an add, there's an add-on you have, right? Does it work with C Sharp? Um, okay, so Lewis is recruit. Okay, it's saying that we're setting her activity to recruit. Okay, but we're not getting... So the skill check must have failed. So we need to put this in here. We need to know that recruit. Let's do the rainbow thing though. Yeah, that's why I use the rainbow thing, is because I like that. One, it's a rainbow, and two, I just can put it in the beginning of it. Recruit skill check. And then we'll do skill check. I did a lot of yammering today. Alrighty. You can name a few. I missed your message. Name a few of the angry people. All right, so we go in here. We can actually click on here to save some time. Let's put 3 people. Now, you know what? Let's put 1 person for this test, and then we'll bump it up after that. All right, that's already passed. We probably could get rid of some of these. Joshua, that's me. So this person got an attribute bonus. Is that right? What's up with you, Joshua? Your attribute for your... What are we checking? Leadership skill. The leader of people perk. I guess we should be making sure that that's a thing too. That won't actually change. Leader of people perk bonus. Let's make a bonus. Bonus plus this. Oh, we got a typo over here. Whoops. All right, we just want to make sure that that's 10. I think this is checking another leader. This is checking an AI leader. Yeah, it is. So it's going through. There's 4 of them. These are the AI leaders. Well, that's something we're gonna have to do. And then this. Yeah, I should definitely check out your plugin, Joker. I'm trying to do vanilla on when I stream, but I should check it out for my other stuff because I do need to not figure out, but I need to, have different colors and stuff. You don't have to. I also, I guess, I could learn how to debug better. That would be use like whatchamacallums, these things, breakpoints. That would be probably a bonus. Okay, so he failed his check with a 75. What the fuck did you roll, dude? GD print rich rainbow. We need some other things here. Skill check roll. I just messed with a bunch of this stuff, so hopefully I didn't mess up this. I mean, this has to. Look what we got here. Skill amount. Final skill amount. Yeah, so that's back to like the modding thing too, is that there's no wonder that modders abandon their mod and then if you're using it because I don't know. So it's a lot of work to keep that stuff up, and the internet is like temporary. Like people on the internet are temporary. They get like different jobs, they move, they die. Like people die all the time. What is he talking about? Yeah, people just disappear. They get married. Stop their work. All right, let's do this one more time. Martha. Close. Now, okay, so we got the skill attribute level is 78. The attribute bonus is 10. So that should give them an 88. No. Actually, the attribute level we don't really care about. We need the skill level, actually. Where was this shit? This was under... where were we testing this? Recruit. All right. People can't stay alive to work on the mod that I like? Oh my god. Right, exactly. Why? Yeah, why can't they keep that day job that pays them poorly so they can have time to work on the mod that I like? It's still pretty amazing how many games have been like revitalized because of mods. Like RimWorld. RimWorld doesn't necessarily need it, but I install like 40 mods when I play that usually. Skyrim. See, I have thought about buying Skyrim again just for the mods, which so that's the other thing is when game developers are like anti-modders, that's like insane to me. All right, so we have this one. Then it's going to update their activity, which I'm actually going to comment this out because it's a what? Where is this thing? It's under recruiter. I must have like a getter setter in there or something that when it says they're set to recruit. All right, recruit subordinates. So here's this giant list. Attribute level. I don't think we really care about. Well, actually, I guess we could care about this. So this is the scavenger's attribute level. So let's look at what we put on. I think I already looked and it was awareness. So let's make sure that Martha here has a high awareness. She has a 78 awareness. So that matches, yeah. And so she gets a plus 10 to her bonus. Let's look at and make sure that this is working right. I mean, we did it a long time ago. So, yeah, I haven't played a Grand Theft Auto game in years, and there's got to be mods, but isn't it all online? I feel like it's all online. So they got the right bonus. And then let's see here. Where am I clicking around to here? We want to go back to here. So this bonus is 10. That's right. Leader of People perk bonus is 10. So then they rolled or no, their skill check roll is 48. This is 38. This is going to be a check on their leadership skill, which is 18. So this person just sucked at leadership. So they got the 20. So the math is right. There's no typos or whatever in there because they got a plus 20 to their leadership of 18. And Josh here, or no, Martha. That's actually my mom's name. My mom sucks at leadership. And here we go. Custom modded servers. So I have been playing a bunch of Stellaris, and I was, when I'm done playing vanilla, I plan to actually add a bunch of mods. And one day, it said that there was a massive update for Stellaris on Steam, and I was like, what is going on? I don't have any mods installed. And it turns out like years ago, I must have installed, he's got a 34, a Star Trek mod. And so now I'm like eager to like once I'm done with my current game to switch to the Star Trek mod. Come on, guys. Can you please pass your check? All right, 78. Wait, a 78 again? Do we have some bug? There was a bug a long time ago where these were all the same. Okay. We just got the randomness was not. Casper, how's it going? I was just talking about you earlier. Good things. And I was just saying that I should probably be using breakpoints too. I'd be like, all right. Okay, 34. 78. Awareness is 78. Sarah Baker. Yeah. Sarah Baker. Awareness is 78. Is that what we're checking? I guess so. Didn't I just look at leadership earlier? They got it. No, it's not awareness. It's I think it's just a coincidence. Yes. It's like if the roulette wheel, if you were gambling, you would have never gotten that. So where's my recruiter script? Since that's where this thing is. There it is. Uh, well, here's a bug. It's because I copied and pasted this stuff. So this should not be the scavenger skill. This should be the leadership skill. The leadership attribute. And the leadership attribute is linked to what? Intelligence or something? Where are we at here? Attributes. Yeah, I gotta learn. No, skills. I gotta learn how the breakpoints work and how they'll be useful to me. Mental strength. Yeah, like that's part. I should probably start doing some tutorials on just like straight up on debugging. A long time ago, I read that if you use GD print or any print to console thing, they can tell you're a noob. You know. Now I'm worried that I've had the wrong thing in other attributes. Level checks. So that one was leadership. This one's intelligent. Well, that's a different thing. That's a different thing. Okay, this one we did research. This one we did scavenge, but it is scavenge. Mental strength. This is just a straight mental strength one, so that's why that one doesn't have like a skill or whatever. Rifle. Yeah, it looks like maybe that was the only fuck up. I hope. Yep. Let's check, pull from the passive research. Work skill. Yeah, it looks like I just fucked that one up. Yeah, paid way too much. Man, I hate writing. I hate texting or any kind of messaging on my phone. I can't stand it. I feel like it's got to be other people suffer from how bad it is to text and how many like corrections I got to do and stuff. It drives me nuts. Okay, so recruiting subordinates, we're doing the leadership attribute. So since that changed, let's run this again because our math was correct but wrong. We were talking about this error, Casper, and I was saying that you had been able to narrow it down to a point, and I haven't worked on it. I haven't tried. Number of subordinates 1. No, I text him. No, I text him. You know, if we had texting when I was younger, I think I would have gotten laid a lot more, honestly. Because you can text and be like, even if you're all nervous, you know, you can like be sitting all nervous in the dark at your house crying and like just, you know. All right. So recruiting has started. They got a -10 because their attribute is 27. Let's make sure we're on the right attribute. That's going to be mental strength because we just looked at that in the inspector. Mental strength is the attribute that's associated with leadership. Oh my God, you have an 8 leadership? All right, and a -10. So that should be a 0. All right, so something has gone wrong here. So the attribute bonus, oh no, it evens out. It evens out because they get the perk bonus of 10. And then they rolled a 38, which is greater than 8. It's false. The problem, so I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I use a lot of exclamation points. I guess you guys don't see me type very much. but I use a lot of exclamation points. I do them all, like just constantly. Like every text conversation is just like "hi" with an exclamation point, and I everything's got a ton of exclamation points, and I agonize over when not to use. Like, have I gone overboard with the exclamation points? And the reason why I do that is because I used to have an ex-girlfriend who would always ask me why I was mad at her, and I'm like, I'm not. I'm not mad at all. And it was because my texting, she said, seemed hostile. And so when I started adding exclamation points in, she no longer thought it was hostile. So now I just do that all the time, especially like work related stuff. Oh, look at all these skill checks. I forgot to have him or have her recruit somebody. That's okay. We can just do the next day. this, I just had to adjust. The one time I finally figured it out was, wow, look at all these skill checks. I said like good night and without an exclamation point. Jesus Christ, there's a lot of skill checks in this game. All right, let's just go to the bottom here. All right, they get a +5. They get a +10. So that's 15. How are we having such terrible luck? Let's double check their leadership skill though, just to make sure. Leadership of 24 plus 15 is 39. All right, one more time, and then I'll just put in I'll just cheat. You know, I'll put in make sure we pass it, because. So emojis, I'm not into the emojis. Occasionally I use them as like a joke. She did yell at me all the time. No, that was like once I figured out her deal. There was less problems with that. Okay, so he sucks at that. So we get a plus. Oh, we did it. We did it. Even with the shitty ass leadership. Okay, so recruit added Sean. Let's see who Sean is. Sean is next on the list. So Sean should be, oh, he is. I was going to say it should sort. Oh, wow. Look, there's a bunch of them. It should sort by highest loyalty. So I wonder if when it's sorting, if it sorts. So because there's 3 people with 100 loyalty. So those 3 are at the top. Are any of these people unhelpful? No. I'm just going to assume it works how I want it to, so that I don't have to think about it anymore. Because that was a lot. All right, we did it. We're done with this. All right, let me double check that we did this right. We're checking their leadership skill. We're checking the leadership thing there. This additional bonus is for the perks, but we need this additional, this is the one place we're using the additional bonus. So this isn't right. So the additional bonus that we're going to do here is we're going to do a skill check or an attribute check up here. So the whole reason we did all this was for this other part, which we didn't do. So we'll put int additional bonus equals attribute data. So we're doing this kind of weird on purpose. And that's why we have this weird, why we added these extra like fields and stuff in, is because sometimes we're going to want to check an additional bonus to the person, and it could be a negative. And what we're going to do is we're going to add in, we're going to get an attribute bonus for something that's not an attribute. So that's like the whole point of this exercise today, was to do it this way. So what we're getting is the person, the recruitees, we're going to take the recruitees loyalty adjusted, and pretend it's an attribute. So your attribute bonus is, let's see if this works how I think it will. See, there we go. The tribute bonus goes from this list. You know, and tributes can be 1 to 100, and loyalty can be 1 to 100. So we're going to test this and give this same attribute bonus as if loyalty was an attribute. So that's the whole point of this, wherever my recruit thing is. The one bummer is you do have to close that. So we're going to pass in this, and we're going to say false because we want the tens bonus, and we're going to say false because we don't want a negative. And then we're not going to put a comma at the end. All right, so now we have this attribute bonus, or additional bonus, and so then we have our additional bonus there. And we have a perk bonus. So this skill check uses all 4 things, the skill level and the 3 bonuses. So once again, I don't know if this is the best way to do it, but it's it's the way we're doing it. Wait, we need another GD print. And so I look more like a noob. This is going to be additional bonus. And then this one. And then we're going to do this. There we go. We have a big wall of fucking text. And then, so it's only supposed to happen once a day. Oh, you know what we probably don't have in here is if the person's already been recruited. Oh, no, we do. No. Yeah, we do. We did put this in here. Okay, so we already put it in here to check if for the next day for 2 people. All right, so we did do that. So let's do the 1 person today still, and then we'll do whatever, like 5 or some shit. The next day. So it's only... I saw someone, wasn't it you? Were you using a breakpoint the other day, or was that somebody else? Bubble Bite? I was trying to watch her stream while I was working my day job. Okay, bonus, 49, they get a 0. Additional bonus is 20. Who did we try to recruit, though? We don't know who we tried to recruit, so we can't check that. So let's, printer, recruitee. What am I doing? First name. Do you not use breakpoints? I saw somebody was using a breakpoint, and I was trying to follow along, like to try to learn something, but I couldn't. Whoever was there, I couldn't figure out what they were testing and how a breakpoint would have helped. So, like a lot of this stuff, and this is like back to my ignorance, I guess, is I want to be able to see a number, and I don't know, like you must be able to assign like a variable or something to the breakpoint. I don't know. There's got to be some way to look at that number, you know, because otherwise it's not that. John Cooper, we just want 1 person. Just print a console because you can print images, then something goes wrong. Are there breakpoints in GD script? There's got to be, right? Okay, the recruitee's name is Peter. His the attribute level is 48. He gets no bonus. Additional bonus is 20. To check that, we need to go find Peter. Peter is once again number 1. He's got 100 on here. I wonder if that's working right. What are we checking against? We're checking his loyalty, which is 100, so he should get a 20. And then we get a 30. Skill check is 51. So the way this is going to work is like it should be somewhat somewhat easy to recruit people who are loyal, and then if they're disloyal, it's going to be much harder. That's why we did it this different way, and we added all this shit together. So we actually passed the recruitee added as Peter. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back in here, and then we're going to try to recruit like 2 more people. Just this, okay, 7 people. We're going to 7 more people. And 4 o'clock is fine. And let me look. I'm gonna read that message in a second here. Okay, so the recruitee is Andrea. Her loyalty is 72, though. Is this guy unhelpful? You are. Okay, so this is right. So after Peter was recruited, it went to Andrea and attempted to recruit her and got some bonuses and then failed its recruitment check. So then what happens if we have it running one more day here? So it should try to recruit them again. Yeah, it's trying to recruit them again. Oh, wait. No. Down lower. I need to comment out some of this crap. It's trying to recruit Peter. Is there 2 Peters? No, something's broken. um, isn't that who we recruited before? Here, let's just type in Peter. Yeah, we have a problem there. Arrow icon, which will take you where you were been. What? Which arrow? Navigate backwards? I'm going to click this. Is this where I was typing that? Let's go to something weird. Let's put in something. And I'm not going to save it. And then we'll go over to here and select in there. Huh. What's the hotkey for this? Control plus negative? Does that work with the 10 key? Oh, I didn't do anything though. Let's go back to our battle thing. It doesn't work with the hotkey. It doesn't work with the hotkey. Or not the hotkey, sorry, with the 10 key. But that's a good tip. Thank you. ZLT arrow? Alt arrow? Is that is that what ZLT? No. We gotta go somewhere. No. I was trying alt and buttons. What are these other? Oh, then you can pull. I've never even looked at this before. See, who said this to me? Oh, the person at coffee. He said you learn something new every day, and I was like, I think you do. It's kind of a bummer sometimes. So this has a list of everything that I've like touched. Oh my God, how did I not know this existed? Control Shift plus or minus. Yeah, I wish it worked with the 10 key plus or minus buttons. That's probably something else. That's crazy. Now I gotta remember that that exists. So that's the thing. All right, I'm bringing this back to the conversation of developers being assholes. Not all of them, of course, but they get like IT people also. This applies to IT people as well. As an IT person, I try not to do this at my work because like you can't expect people to know everything about computers. Like someone didn't know when I was at work the other day, didn't know that you can right click and go to properties to rename something. Like they didn't know what this was. and they're having an issue with renaming things. And I feel like a lot of IT people and developers are kind of hostile. It's back to the gatekeeping thing. They're kind of hostile if you don't know stuff. Just not when I say a lot, I mean a few. And they kind of give a bad name to the other ones who are not like that. Change key bindings. So I like that that's an option, but I try to learn the default stuff. Bumble, you're not an asshole at all. I try to learn the default ones because what happens if you're like at another computer or something and all your hotkeys are different? Back to video games, I have started this new thing where I re-keybind all my first-person shooters. I don't play that many to the same way because switching between is too much because they all are different for some reason. But it's the same. I'm left-handed, and you kind of just have to accept that the world's right-handed and deal with it. My niece is left-handed, one of them is, and my mom was like asking me advice about left-handed stuff to get her, and I was like, just get her right-handed stuff. And she was like, but she can't use it. And I was like, just got to learn out, and she's got to learn that the world isn't fair. She's got to start early. She's like 10. Get her the right-handed stuff and tell her that life sucks. That's what you do. There we go. All right, what are we doing here? I've been all over the place today. So there's something wrong. We recruited Peter twice, and that shouldn't have happened. ChatGPT wrote this. I'm going to blame ChatGPT. This must not be working. Or are we clearing this list somewhere? Oh, we might be clearing this list somewhere. Why would we do that? Fire subordinates. That's only if the number is different, though. Maybe my logic is flawed. Somewhere. Did I put this at 0 at some point? Oh, the whole reason I brought up the left-handed thing was because, and I think this is why my mom brought it up too. She was talking about getting her left-handed guitar, and I was like, no, don't do that. Just make her use a right-handed guitar. And my mom was like, that's mean. Like, why don't you you're left-handed? And so because you never can pick up someone else's guitar and use it. You know, oh, wait, give me a second. Let me restring your guitar. But isn't it hard? No. Left-handed people are superior. We can learn anything. You gotta learn that too. All right. So what's going wrong here? So this should be firing people if there's more, but I put the number higher. If the count is greater than the number of support, if the count is less than, then we recruit. If the count is greater than, then we fire. Maybe, all right, let's do this. Let's go back to this. Let's close this one issue because that's all we did. And let's wrap this up. Add a bonus to leadership skill if a person has that. We did that. We did 2 things today. Every stream, I'm so optimistic. We're going to do 5 of these. And then I do like half of one. Does the player pick the option? We're not here. This is down here. All right. We need to add, though, the problem that we just ran into so I can work on that tomorrow first thing. It is recruiting the same person twice. Not the first day, though. Like, it worked at first, and then when it got to this, it started to, like, re-recruit him. I wonder if John Cooper's... I wonder if it's this thing. It's the assigning the number of people to the number of subordinates is wrong. Number of subordinates to fire. Population, the count, minus... The count is greater than the number of subordinates. So in this particular case, it would have been 1. It shouldn't have gotten to this. What does this say? Greater. Oh no, I used greater 1,000 times. Greater than the the number. Yeah, it's not in here. So why did he get canned? Or why is it rehiring him? All right, we'll put that in. We'll put this in. It's recruiting the same person twice after they have already been recruited. It could be that the list, the subordinates list is getting cleared, or what was the other thing we just noticed? Well, no, it's not that. Unless I spelled like greater than. Here, why don't I just copy this? Let's do both of these. Let's do this one first. So it hit that 3 times, which is how many it should have. It should have hit it the first time for when we recruited that other person. No, it should have hit it the first time for Peter, and then it should have hit it the second time for the other person. Then it should have hit it another time, but not hired Peter again, because he was already on the list. It's probably something to do with this thing. Where did it go? Where's that big gibberish pile? Right here. You know what the problem is? We never clear this list. This list is just going to grow and grow and grow every day. Peter was still in there. Fine. I'm going to run this again. I know I was saying I was calling it a day, but use default as much as possible. Oh, you're talking about the default hotkeys. Yeah. I think I read that earlier. I don't know. What is the main feature of my game? Like, what is the gameplay loop? Or, let's put this up to like a couple and just let it run here. That's a good question, actually. So they hired Deborah. Like, if elevator pitch, if I had to tell someone, expansion, 4x expansion probably. Did I only put 1? Oh no, I put 3. Did I let 2 days pass? It should have done it a second time. What did I say? Deborah, I think was the person's name. Recruit added. Dorothy is okay. No. Yeah, I would think expanding. Does it have to only be one thing? Because 4x is like a, that implies a lot of other things. But if I was gonna say, it'd be world conquest would be the main feature is world conquest, or conquest just in general. Because there's going to be various ways to do it, but conquest is the long-term goal. What is in the game or in life? All right, why didn't it do this twice? We cleared this list. When you clear a list, does it destroy it? No, it just removes the elements. So currently, like it's so primitive in its current state that there's no fun to be done. there's no fun. Yeah, I do love that. It's a bummer that now the new way that everyone answers their phone at my job is can you hear me? That's like, it's disturbing to me, but there's no fun in the game yet. But I think the main keys that I'm looking forward to is, one is exploration, where you're going to explore the county, which is what we're working towards here. And then I think building will be the other thing, like building up your county like in Victoria 3. Similar to that, your counties, your economy. I'm looking forward to that, where there's more than what it's currently is. And then also, I want combat to be, this same motherfucker calls me every day, and it's just some scammer. And when I block their number, they just move to a new number. Piece of shit. They're like spoofing someone's phone number. Sorry, my phone's down there. And it just sits on the charger, but I noticed it lit up because I was getting a phone call. What was I doing? I was gonna wrap it up, but I had a thought, and then the thought didn't work. Wait, no. Keep editing. Why would me clearing this list, the next time it hits this, is this gonna add to this list though, or is it gonna I feel like I don't need to. Let's ask real quick here. Ask real quick. Yeah, so the combat, I want it to be, this is going to sound weird, but I want it to be somewhat tedious, the combat. Kind of like Hearts of Iron combat. Does this clear the list each time it runs? It should be fun. It's a new list that is created each time this code runs, so we don't need to clear this list. The same hero is getting recruited twice. Building, yeah, scavenging, building, farming. And one of the things, and I've been thinking about this more because we're actually getting closer to it, even though it's still, 6 months away. So there is a terrain thing. It's not shown anywhere, but there is terrain of what terrain is available in each county. And I definitely wanted to have so I think in a lot of 4X games currently, like CK3 is an example, there's actually no motivation in game for you to take over the world. There's like you're just doing it because that's what you do in the game, but there actually isn't any reason to. You could sit as one county in a vassal the whole game and not do anything. You could just build up, like I guess say, play tall, but you even could just not do that. Um, Instead of creating an update hero subordinates directly, I'm going to put this in for tomorrow. So anyways, one of the things I want to have is that definitely certain counties will not. So this is more like Victoria 3. I didn't know when I was starting this. I didn't know I was. It was going to be so similar to Victoria 3 because I had never played Victoria 3 at the time, or any Victoria game. But I definitely want certain things to only be available so that you'll not be required to, but because you could trade for them, but there's a in-game reason for you wanting to expand. Like if you don't have any the ability to get steel, you're gonna or iron. I mean, you would want to invade this place because they have iron, and it's also since it's post-apocalyptic, more like Mad Max style where there's you want the gasoline and shit. All right, let's go back over to here though, into here, and then or this could solve it. Let's create this. We'll see. There's something weird going on there. Let's move this to the top so I remember what we're doing tomorrow. I want to look at. All right. Let's push this code. But yes, there's definitely farming. There's going to be making of guns, making of. One of the things I want to do is have like a roaming. What do we do today? Roaming bands, nomadic tribes of bikers, both on motorcycles and bicycles. Fixed. Nah, I mean we rewrote skill check. Let's put a space here. That's the main thing we did today. I just yammered her on. And then we're gonna push that. And then that is it for me today. Let's raid someone, I suppose, since I'm trying to do that more often. Let me see what we got here. I need to turn off my music, I've learned, before I do this so that I can hear the person talking. All right, let's see here. Let's go back to here. Let's go to my dashboard. Let's go to my rating thing. And wherever it is. What do we got here? Created by Critters is streaming. I think I rated him last week. Squib's streaming, but I also rated him. I'm trying to spread out the love, It's one of those things that, like, I feel like when I was starting, I wanted more people, or it would have been nice to have gotten rated. Same category. I'm going to move this over in a second here. And we're going to put Godot, filter by tag. Godot. We'll put some C# in here too. C#, and we'll see what we get. We got some people. Created by Critters. What about Apex Pixelated? He's a dude like me. He's balding. He's got a headset on. That seems like a thing. C#, .NET. Behavior trees, teaching, learning, AMA, English. Let's do it. He's yawning. I know the feel. All right. I'm going to click this button, then I'll probably do this wrong. Thank you guys for joining me. I will talk to you next time, which is going to be tomorrow, unless something catastrophic happens. Have a good rest of your existence. All right, I got to click this.